Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for my Friday live art chat. As always, I'm super excited to talk about one of my paintings. I picked a slightly smaller painting today, but it's actually one of my favorites because it's got a lot of collage on it. So I'm gonna pick it up so that you can see it better. There's a lot. I had said in my little post before I started this that there's a lot going to be going on here that will surprise you. First of all, I think this is about the time when I started to figure out how to use cardboard in my art, and this is pretty amazing for texture, this piece of cardboard. You have to peel the top layer off. You can't just put the cardboard on like that. And what I love here, and I'm going to do this again, but I realized sometimes I try a new technique and then I forget about it for a while. But I had been saving the shavings from some of my, when I was sharpening all my pencils, my Derwent ink pencils, and I actually applied them with gel medium into this artwork, and they really look quite interesting. And then there's a bit of paint on top of that. Actually, no, that's oil stick on top of that. But the bottom layer has a lot going on, as you can tell. There's some vintage paper. This paper actually it looks like an American Express ad from a very, very old magazine. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I put that in. There's also underneath here, there's a bit of New Yorker magazine. There's some vintage paper at the top here. This is really interesting over here. My dad and I saved, and this was from years ago when I was very young, a teenager, and I used to go down to Toronto back in the day, and I used to take I don't know if I was driving and I was parking down there for some jobs I was doing, or I did for a very short period of time, I was doing some modeling or something. So we had to save all the parking stubs, and my dad actually wrote how much the parking was. It was only $4, and that's his handwriting. And I found them not that long ago when I was going through all my papers when we moved, and I thought, I have to use that. I've got to use that in a painting. It's immortalized forever. My dad's handwriting, I knew that was his. So that's in there, and I've also got a strip of paper here that I've used a hole punch on. You can't always find those hole punches. I found that hole punch, I believe, at some sort of craft store. Unfortunately, you can't always find them. They're becoming a bit of a thing of the past, but they're amazing because you can just take old scraps of paper and punch, and they create a really interesting look. Down here, I've got a bit of dictionary paper that's just kind of crumpled up a bit, and it's made for a really interesting look down there. It's old dictionary paper. And oh, actually, I almost forgot. There's an envelope in here that has been used at some point. So that's actually just the that's just the collage material. That's just the collage materials. So on top of that, you've got acrylic paint at the top here. I told you this was going to be a super revealing painting, that there would be so much in it that you would be blown away and surprised how much could be on this 14 by 14 painting. So many different layers. I've got, in the summer, I do sometimes use spray paint. So there's actually, these dots up here are made with spray paint. and I've let them drip. If you don't want them to drip, you just don't stand the painting upright. So, but I do like the drips. I've got these swirls here are ink pencil, and I've got some marker going on, some marker, and I'm pretty sure, oh, actually, you know what, now that I look at this, I said this was I think I said this was something else. I think I said this was, when I looked at it at first, I thought it was oil stick, but now that I look at it, I know it's not. This is actually spray paint. When I looked at it again, I realized. So last but not least, I believe there's a little piece of rice paper in here. So that's why I chose this painting, because there can be a lot going on. Oh, one more thing. Sometimes I use tags from things. May have been a clothing tag of some sort from something my kids had. So there's a lot of things you can use in mixed media. Don't limit yourself, but it just makes the painting more interesting. And if you don't like something at first, you can sand it, or you can add a layer of paint on top, or a white layer of paint or something like that, and then, or you can hole punch it, and it just adds to the painting. So I've had so many people really find that they're loving the way that this painting has turned out, because it has a lot of detail to it. When you look at it, a lot of different layers and a lot of different shades of blue. So I wanted to keep it short today. I've got an art show, outdoor art show coming up this weekend, that if you're living in Ottawa, I hope you can come and see me, because I've got some special things happening at that. And if you have any questions about this painting, it is up on my website. And if you have trouble finding it, don't hesitate to, drop a comment in this video. Also, make sure if you want first access to any of my new work, that you definitely sign up for my exclusive my exclusive art collective. So thanks everybody, and I hope you join me next week for my next reveal. I haven't picked the painting yet, but I'm sure it'll be just as interesting, because each painting that I do is completely unique and has completely unique materials, sometimes from a different series. Thank you for joining me. Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm always here on Fridays, always at 11 o'clock, same time, so you know where to find me. And if there's a supply, a specific supply that I've used, or a specific technique that I've used that you want to know more about, please let me know, so that I can maybe do a specific video about that. And thanks so much. I will post the replay right away if you missed the beginning of this video, and just type it in the replay if you're watching the replay. Thanks so much.